Okay, so let's talk about the reality, what's going on around us right now. Shane, may I
Yes.
speak? I need you to get a hold of Intelligent Multimedia right now. Okay, that
Okay.
is Alon. Message him in Slack, but also send him an email. Say it's important. We want to try to get him into Zoom today. Okay,
Yeah.
why? Well, because what they did in Jamaica should happen around the world everywhere. Okay, there's no reason why not. And what did they do in Jamaica that was just so unique? Well, they have a digital sign network, right? That it it monetizes. They make money off of it. Okay, but they thought outside of the box. They said, we really need public service announcements for our country. So they open it up to the government. Well, they open it up to the missing child reporting system specifically. Okay, and so if I was to, give everybody just a view from 40,000 feet of our next few steps, number one is to bring this back into North America. Okay, because this should be everywhere, shouldn't it? Really, I can't think of a single reason why there shouldn't be a missing persons reporting system. Okay, at least in some government places, right? Okay, now look at this: FIFA World Cup Mexico. Okay, missing person. Here's what happened in the last couple of days in Mexico. The family of Mexico's nearly 135,000 disappeared individuals have staged major protests coinciding with the 2026 FIFA World Cup, utilizing the global spotlight to demand government action. Activists argue that the billions spent on hosting the tournament should instead fund efforts to locate their loved ones and clear massive forensic backlogs. See what's happening live here? Okay. So Marcella, that you're going to be chatting with directly in the Slack channel, has the signed agreement with the state of Durango to implement S.A.M as a test pilot and see what happens over the next 30 days. Isn't that pretty simple? Isn't that pretty exciting? Just on its own merit. Agreed? That's probably newsworthy, right? Now, same time, all of you are very familiar with this picture of us being showcased in the showrooms for single wire for their Informacast solution for the Alyssa's Law silent alert protocol. Okay, their silent alert initiative. Now that they are the partner with the Maker School Safe Foundation that initiated the Alyssa's Law, we're going to be pretty busy dealing just with schools. What are we going to do with the schools? We're going to announce the donation of interactive digital clocks by using the system we already do for digital signage, that they could just, put this on any smart TV. Why? Because we don't want a situation like this. This is an actual active shooter incident that happened in Tumbler Ridge Secondary School in the province I'm from. And there is no need in 2026 for a first responder to be coming to a building that has no information on the outside of the building as to what's happening in the building. You understand?
Yep.
Okay. We have been working tirelessly on getting a technology that just comes in a box, is ultra bright, and you can put it on the side of a building. Okay. It's pretty high end stuff that we've managed to get crammed all the way down into four boxes that look like that on the right. It comes with the framing. You just go click, 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 attach to the wall, and now you've got your own outdoor bright wow factor content that 99% of the time is not an emergency situation thing. It's just doing good messaging on your building. Now, I'm going to take this one step deeper for you to go, oh, cool. Okay. And that is to take a look at the future of messaging outside. There's a technology that's actually been around for a while, but nobody really, unless you're deep level in the digital signage industry, kind of really cares because most people would just go buy a TV. But let's go take a look at this for a second. This is a company based out of Taiwan called Iris Optronics, and Iris Optronics is in the business of something called CHLCD, Coloristic, I think it's called, liquid crystal display. Why does this matter? It's because there's now a technology that takes nothing for power. And in fact, you can integrate solar right into the panel. So it's a turnkey, total, complete solution where you could put this in places you could never dream of putting it in places before. I'll give you a couple examples in this video here. The first one is, you notice on the right, it's got that, kiosk sitting over there. That's not attached to power, but it's changing. See it change there? Wrap your head around that. You don't need any power. It'll run off of solar. And so I'm going to stop at this one here because Haria, you're here. You're part of the HPMC team in the United States, right?
Yeah.
You are already referring us major U.S. cities, right? How do you think those U.S. cities are going to feel when they find out there's a technology that you don't even have to run power? That's what this is. And it's daylight bright. So the way it works is light rather than like everybody's looking at a screen right now in this recording. How that screen works is a light behind a bunch of crystal displays, and out comes the color and makes your screen. This is different. That doesn't have a backlight. Instead, light hits it, goes through it, refracts back out again, and it looks like paper. A lot of people are used to Kindles. It's kind of like the 2026 higher end Kindle. Okay. Something that you can see during broad daylight. Now it's up to millions of colors.
Yeah.
So now let's smash all this together. What does this mean? We are on the very leading edge of a new technology that makes it so communities can do better public service announcements. And it's not complicated anymore. The fabrication, when we go to market with this new solution here, is going to be such that you receive it in the box, you put it out, you could hang it on a tree, you could attach it to a fence. Do you see the vision of what's happening in real time here?
Yep.
Okay. Now, we have a lineup of press releases because that is an official signed document with the government in Mexico. Okay? We got a lot of work to do that pilot rollout of locations because we don't know how many locations they're going to ask for that state. Okay? Concurrently, Kamal and his team over in India are doing a rollout there that's going to go into the train stations. Okay? Concurrently, we've got all the work that another one of our resellers, HPMC in the United States, is doing, going city by city. Right, Haria?
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen. These press releases stacked up are going to make it so that I believe where I'm from, they're going to take us very seriously. I think government of Canada is going to have to sit down with us because they acknowledge they need to upgrade their emergency notification system, public service announcement for communities in the country that I'm from. And we are on the very, 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 very leading edge of this. Okay. Where we're at, everybody, is really simple. On the very leading edge of something that's going to suddenly just go like this over the next 30 days. Okay. So these are all items that are newsworthy, and I need to start keeping them organized within Editnew. You understand, Haria?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the recording reporting for the morning for Editnew of what's really going on around us. I'm very excited about Mexico. I think this could resonate around the world very quickly because we're solving a very real problem here. We're not solving all the world's problems, but we're at least making it easier that a smart city could develop a plan for how to do notices, specifically missing person notices, but a lot more than that, right? Other notices as well. Now, I want to have you look at this last thing here. What is this? This is smaller versions of what I was showing you. These are smaller screens, all tiled together and attached to a telephone pole. See that?
Yeah.
So that's where this is going to get really, really, really interesting, is taking the system we already have, S.A.M, offering it through Worldwide Digital Signage Association, testing it with all these new solutions, and getting it so that we are mass production drop shipping everywhere. Does anybody have any questions about our timeline here?
None, sir.
No? Okay. Before we close off, I want to, for anybody watching this video, talk about how very important this is for me personally. And that is, this technology should be everywhere on Vancouver Island. Why? Because we have a big problem called the Cascadia zone, right? When that thing ruptures, we know that it's like a 9.0 Richter earthquake. Anybody here know what it's like to live through an earthquake? You just had a 5.2 in the last 12 or 15 minutes, right, Ethan?
It was 5.8, sir.
It was a 5.8.
Yep.
So that's the aftershock of a 7.8 that happened in the last week, right?
I think it is a separate earthquake, sir. Not an
Oh, this one's not an aftershock. This is a separate one from a different zone now.
Yep.
This has got to be driving you guys absolutely bonkers at this point.
Yeah. We're on high alert right now.
So the best I can do to try to take what is a very high stress situation and give it a silver lining is we're doing these interviews with you live. Okay? We're showcasing that the emergency notification solution that we already have on hand would be an invaluable tool to be able to communicate to people in the community to tell them social media
Yep.
does not. Very, very difficult in all the noise to try to get some clarity. So visualize a future where maybe these things aren't out there all the time on your telephone poles, but when there is a situation where you need to get people information fast about where to go and what to do, there are now solutions that don't need power. Solar's built right in. And those things, once they're set in place of the screen message, they can stay there forever. It's an amazing technology, and nobody knows it exists. See what we're doing?
Yep.
Okay. So please stop this recording. Please put this into Editnew Inc. And as the last thing, we have to reach out to now the government of Canada. Okay. I need to work backwards to the earthquake early warning professionals and just beg them to start the dialogue with us so that we can start to get this out into communities from where I'm from on Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
And if I go through the same calamity, I'm just going to feel like that idiot that didn't try. Got it? Thank you for your time.